It's the real word. It's the real word. We on a mission and that's bringing y'all the truth. You know the problem, but we get into the root. The devil watching, yeah, he always on pursuit. But Jesus is our rock, so we shall not be moved. We on a winning team, so we can't lose. We say facts, cause we hitting y'all with proof. Started from the bottom, now we standing on the roof. As God as our witness, we gon' make it to the moon. When you want the truth, the world be hiding it. This the real word, we providing it. We got Ace, BK, Truth, Rick Star, and we plan to make a movie like it's Pixar. We came a long way from the plantation. We just tryna save your souls from damnation. So if you down with the message, tune in every week. It will lead you to the message that you seek. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
Welcome to the Real Word Season 10, Episode 5. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's helped us to get this far so far. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to Erson Valson. And also shout out to all the guys that were ordained this past Saturday, including Carl. Shout out to my boy Carl. Shout out to
Mark Dave, my boy Mark
Dave. And shout out to everybody else in Horeb SDA that got ordained. Welcome to the fellowship, my brothers. You know, this is a long path. At times you're going to receive a lot of blessings, and at other times you're going to deal with a lot of battles, but it's rewarding, and you have a special calling and a special ordination on your life that allows you to assist not only yourself but others in this thing called life. I'm here with my co-host. Introduce yourself.
My name is Sidney Pierre, repping from Maranatha French SDA.
Oh man, here we go with this Maranatha.
Maranatha's in the house. You know, I always gotta represent the church. Shout out to everybody. Here with my boy Ricard. It's good to be back after 2 weeks I was gone. I think I missed 2 episodes. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back at Herman. That's like this is my second home. So, yeah. And
shout out to Sanders, the mayor of Crown Heights, who was representing last week, and he's gonna be here next week. You know, he can be here every other week. So shout out, tune in next week. Pastor Sander Como will be here. Shout out to entire Horeb. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting, everybody that's been helping us to get this far. Next month is the turkey drive. Shout out to our corporate sponsor, Food Bazaar, and shout out to everybody that continues to make this thing a blessing. We going 7 years in a row consistently of this turkey drive, so you already know. So today, right, you was asking me during the week about purpose. So what do you feel like your purpose is?
I feel like I always think that's a question I always think about. I always know that my purpose was to leave an impact on the world. Like once I'm not here no more, you know, it didn't matter. I feel like church was one of those ways. That's why I try to be a lot heavier in the church. But yeah,
how was church a vehicle for that?
I feel like because people remember, like if you were a youth director, you're doing something in the youth, mm-hmm. Like even something as simple as Pathfinders, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say you just teaching drilling or drumming, mm-hmm. That gets passed down to the next generation. The people will remember how you used to teach them, and they're gonna pass it down to the next generation, and that keeps it going. But we'll say not start from you, but you kept the tradition alive. That's some way of leaving an imprint in a way, you know, or like just doing, like I always say, outreach. Just doing outreach, you do a lot of outreach in your neighborhood. People are gonna catch on. People are gonna be like, oh wait, you the dude that does the turkey drive all the time. Mm-hmm. How about you do it somewhere else, or you can have I have a business where you can have it. I'll have you in front. You can hand out turkeys, like just things like that. People, as long as people remember you for what you've done, I think that's how you leave an impact. And I think that's what your purpose is, because you take, essentially, we're supposed to take care of God's children. Those who, if you say that you love God, that's not true. If you don't love His children, so I say if you gotta take care of your brothers and sisters who are His children. Not just the people in the church, the people outside in the world, the real world.
So, what are some things you want to be remembered for?
I just want to be remembered as a troll, but someone that was just a nice guy, like someone who wasn't willing to take the shirt off his back and give it to you. I'm someone that is quick to give. If I had 2 slices of bread, I'm giving you one to make sure you eat. Like I want to be known as somebody who was an opening ear. Like I listen to your problems. We just talk. Like so.
One slice of bread sandwich is crazy, bro. What you want to do?
No, I'm just you get the gist, bro. Like it's like it don't matter if you my brother or you my sister. 5 and 5. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna take the biggest piece and leave. Just break it even.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know deep in my mind, you would do the same for me.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to Alexander Hamilton, the play, and he was saying that legacy is planting the seeds of a tree whose fruits I will never get to see.
That's deep.
Yeah, basically like you're planting the seed for a tree, but the next generation is gonna inherit the fruits of that. You know, it's just like Mike Epps said that it took him a while, but once he realized that everything he accumulates in this life, he's just holding it to pass on to someone else, he started to understand life better. And then I could see that with my pops. Like when my pops had a stroke, he had to retire, and I had to take him to the union to sign his retirement papers. I had to take him to the doctor. I had to set appointments for him. Like I had to take over legally, you know.
You're the oldest, right?
I have an older sister.
Oh.
But the oldest male.
Yeah, you're the oldest male.
Yeah, so I inherited a lot of control over certain things, you know, and that affected me in a way. You know, you start to look at things differently. You understand? Because there's a difference between people talking and things that in actuality. So when you understand the things that might be hidden to other people, you start to take other things like, okay, whatever, like I got more to lose than this. Like you just whatever. Like certain things become minuscule to you because you have so much responsibility, knowing that depending on your actions, whether they be good or bad, could jeopardize all the things that you have. So now that I have added responsibilities now, I move more accordingly, you know, even being responsible for this building, being responsible for our personal building from the family office.
And you said that a few weeks ago, and I was like, yo, what has fatherhood taught you? Like, fatherhood is a responsibility. Like, you told me, like, you know, you have to tell yourself you always gotta make it home. Like, so things like that. Like, I mean, it's hard. It's hard because some people, they feel like they don't know their purpose. Like, they really, and that's when I think that's when people start, that's when depression, in my opinion, that's when depression starts getting into a play. They'll be like, damn, like, what was I put on this earth for? Like, well, why am I here? I'm not doing nothing. But I always say, I always urge people to, like, find your talent, bro. There's gotta be something you're good at, you know?
Yeah. And I think sometimes it takes the right person to push you into that direction. I always say the turning point in my life was when I preached my first sermon, you know? I was born in Haiti. I came to America at a young age, but I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn. That was during the time, during the crack eras, you know, late 80s, early 90s. Like, I used to see junkies, like, you know, like, those were during the times when we had a lot of empty lots, the stray dogs, the people poking needles, the people on the street, rolling over, people dealing with mental health diagnoses. But at the time, I didn't know what none of those things was. And we had the Haitian term for it, you know, but we didn't understand it clinically at all. And so we grew up in that, you know, like we had to survive poverty, and then we overcame, and then, you know, ownership played a big role in building wealth. But then even in junior high, I would say I didn't have my own identity, well, not as strong as an identity as I do now. And then going into high school, I became more independent, meaning that I didn't depend on friends to make me who I am. You understand? Like some people, they only...
Because you're getting older, your mind starts to develop, and you realize that, you know, as you don't really need friends to survive.
Yeah.
It's only like when you're younger in middle school, that's when you think you need to be in a crowd, you need to be the clique, you need to be surrounded by people.
Yeah. But I had a close crew of friends around me. As the years went by, like the numbers dwindled, but you know, it is what it is. But I would say, like, when I was in college, after college, and then when I got older, even, you know, I had this pastor that allowed me to preach my first sermon, and then I wasn't expecting that sermon to go viral, and I wasn't expecting my life to change so much from just preaching. And I remember at the time, my brother was dropping a mixtape, and we had this song called Liars, where we was both rapping.
What's that about? Huh? What was the song about?
Liars.
like just lie, people lying, or?
Yeah. It was like, I think with these liars, storytellers. Liars, storytellers. You could all catch fire. I smoke you, then like my burning.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I get what you said. No, I gotta listen to that, bro. You gotta send me that with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. But I told my brother, I was like, yo, at the end of the day, like, I can't do both. Like, you know, right now we got the clout in the clubs, but right now I'm switching over. I'm preaching at the church, so I wouldn't want to add to. You look like somebody commenting, sir, do you, oh, nonsense. It's an ad. So around that time is when, like, I started being more involved in church. Prior to me being nominated to a position in Franco-Haitian, I think that was back in maybe 2015, 2016. I didn't even know what Franco-Haitian was or who Franco-Haitian was. I believe Nadia was the president at that time. That was when Daniel was first nominated. And they was like, oh, you was voted Franco-Haitian. And I was like, huh? Like, I wasn't even aware that there was a vote. I wasn't even aware that there was a federation.
Yeah.
And then I was taken in as the assistant chaplain. Even then, that's when my preaching skills really developed, because I was starting to get invited to other churches to preach. I preached from Connecticut all the way up to New Rochelle, like, you know, all the way down to Florida. You know, did Vestas, did like Friday nights, did so much events, and then, you know, we went into the iServe community service, and I was been doing community service with my own company, with my own 501c3 nonprofit, the Real Word Ministries. And I remember when I first started that company, a lot of people saying, oh, it's a fake company, it's bootleg, until they seen the IRS certification, and I was like, because no one really believed.
But why would people think a non-profit is a fake or
bro,
think it's fake?
Because people be hating, you know? People be hating. Like, they was like, nah, there's no way that you could have a company. You, bro, you of all people. It's like when I told people I'm on cable TV. People was like, nah, bro, you're not on TV. I see you every day. I see you every week. There's no way you could be on TV. And I'm like, all right. And then when I started wearing and winning all these awards, they're like, nah, these awards gotta be fake, bro. These awards gotta be fake. I'm like, what? And somebody even told me, like, I'll probably run up to famous people and just take pictures with them and post it online. I'm like,
that's corny.
I'm like, if you look at the room, those look like rooms that not everybody could get into. You understand? Like, so, and then I was like, yo, if you supposed to be my friends,
why are you downplaying my achievements? That's weird, yeah.
Or you could just come with me.
Oh, yeah. Or you say congratulations, like, yo, that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know. I feel like in this day and age, people are so quick to downplay people's achievements. It's like, oh, you doing such and such. Oh, how come you're not doing this? They'll be like, how come you're not doing this? Or that can't be real. Or this gotta be AI or something. It's like,
I see a lot of people doing AI weird stuff, like preaching to an AI crowd. And
yeah, I saw that with Winston and Gatsby. I think he posted that. It looked so real, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, he had him in the crowd and everything. I saw that on his Instagram.
I rather build towards the real thing, you know, even though it's a little bit harder. Like, when I first started preaching, bro, I was preaching for like 25, 30 people, 50 people, bro. And I thought like I was doing something, and then the crowds just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we built our own platform. We wasn't really trying to hop on somebody else's stage or get somebody else's clout to bring us up. If anything, we was the ones who was giving other people clout, you know, if anything. So it took a lot of discipline, I feel like, but even now, but all of that goes up to purpose and legacy. That's to sum it all up. Like, I didn't know what my purpose or what my legacy was. You remember the other day I was telling you, look me up on ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, it did. It gave him, I ain't gonna lie, it gave a detailed biography kind of. And then he said like, oh, you came from Haiti at the age of 2, and you were like, yeah, around that age. I wouldn't remember I was a little baby, but
yeah, but it just compiles everything that it sees online and gives a detailed explanation of me.
From all the lives and everything you do from social media like Instagram, it does that.
Yeah, so
the AI stuff is powerful, man.
So basically it basically builds a bio so people could see realistically what the things that we have done. Speaking of bios, yesterday when the guys got ordained, they gave their bios and they showed, okay, this is good character. These are the things that these men have done in our church and within our community in good standings to make them elder. And they said one of the qualifications for elder is that you have to be without fault. And the pastor said that's kind of an oxymoron in a sense, because it says to be an elder you have to be without fault, but if we all of fault. And he said that as an elder, you can't put yourself above the church. You have to be right in the middle of the church, as in the middle of the people, helping them with their faults and with their shortcomings and things that happen to them. So, you know, those are a lot of different things that's going on. So, outside of that, like, it hasn't been an easy road at all. Like, it's been very, very, very difficult, I would say. And I would say, like, the more you do or the more notoriety that you get, the more people start to judge you and, say things about you or
we was
come
talking
at you
about
a certain
that.
type of way.
You were saying, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with the criticism. You gotta deal with the critique. You gotta deal with the haters. But then you also still gotta stay focused on everything that you're doing because it's easy to be distracted. It's very easy to get distracted.
Yeah.
So, what are some ways you stay focused so you won't be distracted?
I'm someone, I would say I block out the critics. I try to do my best to block out the critics because it's like, my pops always used to say people always gonna have something negative to say about you. Like, even if you walk a fine line, like, it don't matter who. He used to always tell me, yo, look at all the important people in history, all the good stuff they done. They'll talk about, like, they'll say Martin Luther King. What they say? He was a womanizer. He was cheating on his wife. He was doing such and such. He was cheating with white women and everything. What they say about Malcolm X? Oh, remember he was a pimp. He was a drug dealer and all that stuff before he do. So it's like I just try to learn to just block out the critics because everyone's gonna really. This world is evil. Like, people are gonna really come after you hard, but you just got
karate, son.
but you just gotta understand, like, your purpose, and you gotta understand God knows your heart too. If you're doing good things, God recognizes that, and He's almighty and powerful, so He's going to make sure He blesses you with whatever you need to achieve and help others.
What are some things you had to overcome in order to be an effective leader?
I would say I had to overcome a lot of things. I had to overcome that negativity was one, and I had to overcome doubts. I had to overcome stupidity. Like, a lot of people, I don't know if they was trying to be stupid on purpose, but it's just a lot of people, they were just like, they just give up so quick. Like, we was talking about passive aggressiveness. They'd be like, oh, well, I don't know how to do this, so you can just do it. Like, I had to deal with that a lot. Like, and also I had to deal with people just overall not liking me, and I would have to work with them. And I mean, in order for me to get things done, you gotta get in bed with people. But you gotta work with people that you can't deal with. Like, it's like that at church. It's like that at work. I deal with that for Master God Pathfinders. I deal with that at work, and I deal with, not really at school. I stick to myself at school. But yeah, those are the three or four things that didn't come. Negativity, stupidity, doubts. Because a lot of people, they doubted me. They were like, oh, you such and such, you can't do this. How you gonna do this? Oh, you the one that be wearing the chains. You be wearing you wearing the bracelet. And I'll be like, I don't really care when I wear jewelry to church. I mean, church is come as you are. The only time I would take it off, I guess, is when I have to go on stage. Like, I was like, all right, that is OD for me to be on share, and I got this bracelet on. But or I'm doing deacon. If I'm doing something like communion, I can understand. I gotta take that off. But any other day, I don't take it off.
So let's talk about that, because that's something that is a big controversy. As small as some people may think it is, jewelry for people that goes to church. What do you think about that? Because you wearing your jewelry. What do your parents say? Like,
I mean, my mom used to always. She didn't care. She's like, you know what? As long as she's doing it in front of me, I could care. Like, I could care less. And it's not like I'm wearing 666 on my chain. Like, I'm wearing a cross. Like, I'm, you know what the cross symbolizes. It's like, come on, it's nothing crazy. My dad, him being an old-fashioned glumwoon, he's just be like, you gotta take off the bracelet. He don't care about the chain because you can't see the chain. But the bracelet, he'll be like, oh, you gotta take off the bracelet. We had a deal. I don't remember that deal, but he can say we had a deal. And also, my grandmother, she'd be like, it's improper. But I feel like, in my opinion, they always be saying that because their friends probably telling them.
But what's their reasoning? Like,
it's really no. I think it's just to save face, and then people are saying.
What's the justification, though?
What do you mean?
Okay, why do they say not to wear jewelry? That's the question.
Because it said in the Bible. Well, the story I was told is the story of the golden calf.
Okay,
but
that's idolatry.
That's a form of idolatry, but it's not like I worship my chains or anything.
But let me ask you a question, right? After the story of the golden calf, there wasn't numerous stories of people who are Israelites that had chains and rings?
Well, wasn't it the Egyptians that was?
No.
I'm messing my Bible up.
Let's give.
Oh no, you're right. It was the Israelites.
All right, let's give an example of Daniel. Right, it was when Daniel was exalted. What did the king give him? The king placed a chain on his neck, a ring on his finger, and a scarlet red robe on his back. Right.
Okay.
Okay. And the book of Proverbs, it says, where your parents, what it says, where your parents' knowledge that they provide you as a necklace that adorns your neck and as a crown that covers your head.
I think that's more of like figurative. That's
Yeah,
more like
yeah.
figurative language. Like it's like
that's
not
figurative
literally,
language.
but yeah.
But
they mean figuratively, yeah.
I don't see any other part of the Bible that speaks out against that. They usually use necklaces, jewelry, and crowns as a sign of royalty within the Bible that I see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see for the most part. I know that, you know, there could be a misinterpretation of the word, which is low-key poison, you know, people that use the word
against people,
Yeah.
That's why it's always important to read your Bible.
And the golden calf story is basically when Moses went on the mountain to go speak to God.
Yeah, get the 10 Commandments.
And then,
they were doing that.
and then the people went to the pastor or the priest, which was Aaron, and he asked them, who should we worship as our God? And he said, give me all your jewelry, and I'm going to melt it and make the golden calf, and we're going to worship the golden calf.
Because that was their form of representation. They were trying to
make a God.
Yeah, they were trying to make it look, That's in their mind, they think that's what God is.
Yeah.
It's all this gold,
But that doesn't have anything to do with jewelry for today. I mean, I think that's...
They love using that story, but I always say there's nowhere in the Bible that deliberately says...
But you ever ask them to express the whole story to you, or they just stay at that one line?
They stay at that one line, and then, like tattoos, they always go for Deuteronomy or Leviticus is one of them that mentions don't mark their body. Yeah, don't mark their body
on the flesh for the dead or holes in your skin. I'm aware.
I mean, so with you were tatted up somewhat. How did your parents react to it when you first came home with all them tats?
All them tats. First off,
you was tatted up, bro.
You don't get all the tats at one time.
I know, but over time,
the first one I got.
What was the first one you got actually?
One right here, Ephesians 6 verse 11 and 12. I put on the whole armor of God, so I will be able to stand against the wells of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against false principalities and spiritual wickednesses in high places.
Amen.
So during that time, I was going through a rough patch.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was a spiritual battle as much as it was a physical battle. And I inscribed this on my flesh so that I wouldn't forget, almost like an imprint, not as something good, but as a reminder. You understand what I'm saying? I kind of low-key did brand myself. And then because majority of the tattoos I had, they came from negative experiences, not positive, to be honest. Like, they might say positive things, but the majority of it was like...
The context behind it,
was like rough patches I was going through, and I was just making marks on my flesh. Like, if you read the Bible, you'll see that a lot. Like, a lot of times when people are going through difficulties, they start to mark up their flesh. They put on sackcloth, and then they cover their face in dirt, and then they start marking and making cuts.
That's why, I'm thinking about it.
Malachi, when he was outside of the palace, when he was praying because the king gave Herod, was it Herod? Haman gave Haman the ability to kill the Jews at the time, so he was outside of the palace and he was praying, and he told Esther, don't forget about us or we'll forget about you. And he put the sackcloth on and he was outside praying. Same thing when Job was going through afflictions, and then he put the dirt on his face and he had a sackcloth and he was cutting himself. So
I was gonna say, wasn't that like, that's basically a suicidal gesture in a way if you were cutting yourself? Like, because I'm thinking, the way you're saying cutting yourself, I'm thinking you slitting your wrist,
I mean,
but
when you get tatted, you're cutting yourself though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's a needle.
It's a needle, yeah.
Yeah, so doing the same thing, but...
In your mind, so I have a question though. Do you regret getting your tattoos? Like, if you had to do it again, would you not have gotten tattoos, or?
I don't regret having them, but if I never got one, I wouldn't have this much.
Okay.
Because there was a time I was getting them every year, and the goal was...
Tattoos are expensive too.
Yeah. They are very expensive. At one point, I was gonna tap my whole self up like Lil Wayne, and I stopped halfway through. Literally, like I stopped. When
At the chair, yeah. So yeah, because you did just like your other arm. Is it?
No, not at all.
Do you plan on getting any more, or is it done? You think you're done?
I mean, if we are saying that it was something that was consuming me, the thing that was consuming me consumed me halfway, right? Not all the way, right?
Okay, fair, like
no, you ever seen you ever seen those cartoons when the people get infected with something and then the tattoos start growing and then when they cut their whole body, that's when they go fully that way. Like it's kind of like the same thing, bro.
So, if your daughter decided as she gets older to get a tattoo, would you be against it?
I would advise against it, but if she did, like, there's not much I could do to stop them. You know, when people decide to do things, there's not much you could do to stop them.
True, because if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it regardless. Yeah.
And the more you tell them not to, the more
inclined they don't want to do it. Yeah, that's true.
I would advise them not to, like, you know. Excuse me. Like my brother, he doesn't have any tattoos, so. Like probably like I'm one of the most talented people I know with this much tattoos. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was saying you're the only one in the family like that, or
tatted up like this? Yeah, I think so. But
you ever feel like different, or you feel like dang, like?
I mean, I am different from a lot of people. Like I can't say that. You know, I've met thousands of people, and I haven't met too many people like myself. Like I am different from my siblings, obviously, and just like they're different from me. I think all of our experiences are different. I think when a lot of people see me for the first time, they have their own impressions. Sometimes it shows on their faces, depending on who the individual is. You know, but that's just something that we have to deal with within this reality, I feel like.
So, you just someone who wears jewelry. you go front. We had this argument numerous times about his jewelry.
Yeah.
But I mean, are you someone that takes it off before church, or do you leave it on, or you just?
I don't wear my chains to church. I only wear my watches to church. First off, like my chains are kind of big, you know. So even if I tuck them, they're gonna show.
Okay, fair.
So I don't wear my jewelry to church. I wear watches to church. I have a few watches that I wear from time to time.
Your wedding ring? Did you ever wear your wedding ring?
Yeah, I have a few wedding rings too.
That's DA men. They have like a weird thing against that, like wearing their wedding ring. I don't
some
know
people, some people wear wedding rings. I see more people wear wedding rings now, but I used to wear wedding rings. I had a couple. I had a black, I had a silver, and I had a gold, and then one gray ones. But I used to wear wedding rings. To be honest, I'm not against jewelry, bro. Like I feel like if you could afford it, like go for it. Like growing up, I always wanted a chain. I ain't gonna lie. Like I always wanted a chain, I always wanted a foreign car. Like there's certain things I always wanted, and I was able to check them off for the list. You know, so a chain was one of them. You know, I always wanted a Jesus piece. I always wanted a diamond cross. Like certain things I always wanted for me. You know, I don't think that changes me. I don't think that pulls me far further from God. But at the same time, I don't think it brings me closer to God neither. It's just something you put on and take off like every other clothes. Like I don't feel like.
You can't take none of that with me.
Nah, man. That's like
take
people.
That with you when you're going, so.
That's like back in the days when people used to make you feel bad for wearing designer, and there'd be kids in school that be like, yo, my mom bought me this, my mom bought me that, but she told me I can't wear it to school. And you be like, yeah. Same. Or kids be like, oh, Jordans are so ugly. Yeah. Jordans are so ugly. I don't know why people buy those shoes.
They're projecting because they couldn't buy. They probably couldn't.
Yeah. So it's like that. Like right now, bro, I've been buying designer for so long. Almost everything's designer, right? Like even now, like you know,
polos. You got the polo.
Yeah, simple stuff. But it's like okay, like this is life right now. You feel me?
You can afford it. Like it's not like
it's not like it's just like you know I like it. Like I like it. I buy this whatever. But it doesn't make me. It's just a part of my life, but it doesn't make me who I am. But people could they could try to bring their insecurities like, oh, you always gotta have design on, and this, that, who you think you are, blah, blah. It's like, yo, this is just clothes to me, bro. It's just the type of clothes I wear now.
Like, yeah, you just like design. You just like design. I mean,
yeah, this is the clothes that I wear now.
And I feel like I feel like people who say that is the ones who possibly can't. In my opinion, they just can't afford it. But. I don't know, 'cause you know, I always get the argument, right? His argument, they always be like, how come us as black people, we always go crazy over designer, but white people, you know, they could be sitting on 10 mil and they don't even care enough to wear designer.
That's cap, because all the rich people I know, they have expensive stuff. Excuse me, like the real rich people. I got hiccups now. Alright, say for example, a black person might spend $600 to $900 on a pair of designer shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that might be Caucasian or might be Jewish, like those, they might not be buying $6-9 shoes, but they might have like a
what, like a suit?
A Fabergé egg, right?
What's a Fabergé egg? What's that?
It's like an egg that looks like jewelry. It's like those eggs.
Oh yeah, I be saying yeah.
Diamonds around. I got 2 of them. So they might buy those for like $600-700, and they might have it on their table in their house, and you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, they like stuff like that, like art, things like that. Yeah.
Like perfect example, Lil Wayne. He had owed $2 million to a jet company, right? The police raided his $13 million mansion. He had $30 million in art. You probably walk in his house, you probably just see foolishness on it. You probably just see foolishness on the wall. Like, what is this?
What is this? Yeah, but people, I think, but that just shows a lack of education because people don't know about, that's a Picasso painting, that's a Vincent Van Gogh painting. You don't know that's worth millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. I think with white people, what kind of makes them different is they know the importance of properties, assets. They know the importance of, who cares about what I'm wearing? Let me get a house. Let me get some land. Let me get something. Like, I kid you not, I was doing some research. You know who makes a lot of bread?
Oh.
Farmers. Farmers make a lot. You wouldn't even think that. Like, you thinking farmers like.
Nah, farmers.
They make a good amount of bread, bro.
Because you gotta look at it. The farmers, their house and their business. So if you're a farmer, you're a business owner, and depending on the size of your land and how many acres you have and what animals or what your crop is,
yeah.
You could.
Especially chicken farmers, the ones that make the chicken tenders, bro. They be getting some serious bankroll from those big corporations like Tyson.
That's why when they had slaves in the South, they were so rich. And they needed the slaves to work on the plantation.
Because cotton was such a rich crop. Yeah. Man. I was doing my research on Haiti, right, for my presentation, and why Haiti was so important was because of the sugar. Mm. We had all the sugar cane and stuff, and I didn't know that Haiti was producing like 90% of the world's sugar just from that small colony. And coffee, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why it was so important. And when they had gotten the independence, they had to, which I don't know why they did. They had to pay the French to leave them alone, which I always thought was stupid.
And they didn't only pay them they not only paid them in cash, they paid them in coffee and sugar too.
I thought they also, wasn't it loans they also took too? Like,
yeah, they took loans from the French to pay back the French, but they didn't have cash, so part of the loans they had to pay off was giving them goods to pay off the debt too at the same time.
Yeah, I was doing my research. I was like, and the teacher was asking like, why is Haiti so poor? And I'm like, man, this goes back to like since the revolution. Like, I can't even. That's a whole nother thing.
Crazy. So as a Haitian, what would you like your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
Someone that was given, someone that was different, that was trying to break away from the norms and also show resilience at the same time. You can't be so quick to be put in a box. And think, this is what my life is. You gotta be able to break out your box, break out your comfort zone, and show people what you're capable of, so they can probably be inspired of what you're doing.
Mm. So far, like, what are some of your greatest accomplishments you feel like?
I don't know. I would say, staying in school is one. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm about to graduate. Mm. God's grace, God willing. That's the one. Because I know a lot of my friends, they dropped out of school.
What?
Some of them just like school wasn't for them, and they was taking majors that didn't even make sense. Mm. Like, they was failing.
What's your major?
Oh, business management.
So you want to manage a business? Or you want to start a business?
Well, my goal is to eventually get into law. Like, I want to get into corporate law. So
you want to go to law school after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, after I'm gonna get my master's, I want to get my master's in something like business administration or something. But then I would hopefully go to law school and become a corporate attorney. That's my goal.
Mm.
That's my goal. And I could start my own law firm. You know, 'cause Suits is like show Suits. Mm-hmm. That's basically what they are. Like they're a corporate law firm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a little dramatized, but yeah.
Corporate lawyers make a lot of money.
Corporate lawyers make a lot of bread, and criminal attorneys make a lot of money too. Criminal attorneys make bread.
And divorce lawyers make a lot of
I mean, yeah. I would say staying in school was one. Also staying in the church, even though people may not see it as an accomplishment, but a lot of people be quitting the church, bro. A lot of people just up and leave because they don't know. They get some of them. They get so caught up in the outside world that they stop going. They just stop going to church on a weekly basis. But me, I still find myself going to church on a weekly basis. It doesn't matter if my parents are there or not. I will still go to church on my own.
So why do you think a lot of people leave church?
I think, like I said, they get caught up in the outside world. A lot of them at this age, they smoking, they drinking, they going outside, they engaging in premarital sex heavy. So it's like some of them, a couple of my men, they told me they ditched church just so they could link a shorty, and I'm like, that's kind of crazy work. Like, that's crazy work. But
most people do, because after the time they got the free crib, their parents had
you speaking like from experience, bro. But I mean, yeah, a lot of them, they get caught up in stuff, and it's just like, man, why am I gonna keep going to church? Like, there's no, man, my mom and pops they start to think my mom and pops ain't forcing me to come here. Why am I coming here at this point? Like.
But a lot of them is not involved. Like, they're not really doing
that too. But even when you try to get them involved, it's still like, man, I'll do this, but I'm not gonna keep. You're not gonna see me like often. Like, you ain't gonna see me here every week. You might see me once a couple weeks, or you might see me at like a Pathfinder day or a youth day or something.
When they could come in and get clout.
Yeah,
talk
like
to girls.
yeah, basically when they could come and talk. I was about to say basically when they could come and talk to people and get, but
like, yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, no, you don't, bro. You don't. Don't lie to yourself. Like, don't say that you're a churchgoer. Like, because I always say God sits on high and He looks down below, bro, and He knows what you're doing. Don't say you've been going to church and you're not. That's crazy.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna use a real life scenario, right? A couple weeks ago, we had matter of fact, you was here. We had a church event, and then like I was cleaning something, and then this guy has the audacity to be like, "Wow, Ricard's doing everything. He does everything. He even cleans. He does everything here." So I start laughing, and then he goes, "Oh, where's the youth, man? Where's the youth? Where's the men? Where's the men helping you?" So it was him and some other guy, and I'm like, "Wait. You a man, and he's a man. There's two men right here. How come y'all don't help me?"
Yeah. Bro, you see this first thing I saw when I see you clean, I'm like, yo, what do you need help with, bro? Like, because it's like, man, this is your church too. I'm looking like, yo, it's a church, it's a home. So I'm like, and you always welcome me here. Everyone else, they welcome me here with open arms. Man, why would I not help y'all out? Do a little vacuuming and nothing, bro. This is crazy. Especially if it's your church. Yo, that's crazy.
So then when I asked him that, he's like, "Just tell me what to do. I'm gonna do it." I'm like, "Yo, if this is your church, you can look around and find something to do. I don't gotta tell you what to do." So then you go back and say, "I'm telling you what to do." Like,
I don't think they would do that, but I mean, is the person you're talking about? They have a history of going around and
they have a history of saying, "Oh yeah, let's do this, let's do that," and then you don't hear no follow up. Like they'll be like, "Yo, I want to really work with you. I want to do this. I want to do that." There's no follow-up. And then even sometimes if you let someone talk for long enough, they'll hang themselves by a rope. Because he was like, "Yo, one time I was talking to this guy about you," and he was like, "Yo, what happened to the show? What happened to the show?" I'm like, "Yo, what happened to the show?" I was funding the production on my own. No one else was helping. No one else was really supporting. And then I had other bills I had to. Then I started focusing on moving up in corporate America. So for me, it was like I had other stuff I had to do. And then I asked him, "Why? You want to make a donation or you want to help out?" He was like, yeah, I want to eventually make a donation.
Eventually is crazy. It's either say yes or no. Like,
so I asked
you ain't gonna press him if he said no. Be like, "Oh, why you not gonna give no money to the show?" But it is what
no. I didn't ask him. So then I asked him after that. I was like, "Yo, so you're gonna come on? You're gonna help him?" "Nah, but me and this other guy was talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really see the show." Mind you, the other guy that he's talking to is an op. Like, I already know son's an op. Like, ain't no way around it.
And how's your op? Is it because he did something? He said something to you, or he deliberately has done something to you to hinder you from getting better? Like, how's he an op?
He just an op. Like, he does oppie things. Like he'll come around and say oppie stuff. Like some. Alright, example, because alright. One day, I'm at a wedding, right? He's there. I'm minding my business. The dude comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, you look lonely. I'm gonna take some time out and look for a date for you at the wedding." I'm like, dude, like, yo, bro. First off,
that's some weirdo thing.
We're not friends. We're not cool. We don't talk on the phone. Like, publicly, I just got out of divorce, and if I was looking for a date, why would I need you to help me get a date? You all people, bro. And I was like, yo.
I think it's oppie, but that's a weird thing to say, though. That's some weirdo stuff to say.
The reason why I find it to be oppie, because for years I've been asking this dude to come to my church to come and preach, and this dude never has time to come help us preach, to come preach, but this dude got time to look for a girlfriend for me. That don't make no sense.
Okay, I get that. Okay.
And then every time I run into this dude, he be saying some oppie stuff, so I troll him. I troll him, I troll his girl, I troll all of them. And then when I run into him, he be acting like he don't see me, and I be trolling him some more, because it's like, I be bullying these niggas. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I be bullying them. But they be trying to be funny, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna show y'all funny, because I come from that. You understand? Like, I don't fear conflict, and I don't fear physical violence. My dad always told me don't shy away from that. Like, I never seen my dad cower before nobody. I see my dad back out on people. Like, Like,
I never even seen him back down with church people. I used to think my dad was scared of church people, but my pops never showed. He never showed no. He was like, bro, if you a man, you gotta stand your ground as a man, no matter how big or whatever they how big they are. But they gotta you gotta be able to hold your own at all times, because you let someone do it once, people gonna do it all the time. Yeah. That may not be that one same person. People gonna do it all the time.
Yeah, it's like that Chef G song. They be like, "Chef, you be moving too hot. You got nothing to prove in this." Like, nah.
I'm talking about no suburban part
Yeah, but like I could really be bullying this. Like, I feel like if I really want to be a bully, I could, bro. Like, there's not much really stopping me from really bullying people, bro. Like, but I'm like, nah. I'd rather help people. Like, I'm not gonna be on the side of negativity. I'm gonna be on the side of positivity. But I feel like some people, especially like church people, they're a little snobby. Like, I think
we
that's
talking
the
about
best way I
that.
could say
And
it.
we talking about that hierarchy where some people just think that they're better than the other. It's like,
and in my mind, it's like, why are you snobby? You didn't go to a better school than me. You don't got more money than me. You don't own more cars than us. You don't own more cribs than us. You haven't done more than us. So it's like, why are you snobby?
I think it's just they let their profession get to the head. And also they be frank. Some of them, they be telling everyone that they're a nurse.
But even if they're in the profession, they still don't got more bread than us. So it's like, what are you
people
talking
just let their
about?
profession get to the best.
It's like, what are you talking about? And I remember as a kid, I used to ask my mom, I'm like, yo, why this person moving like that? And I'm like, yo, what job they do? And my mom used to laugh, like, yo, they don't really do nothing important. Like this.
My dad used to say the same thing.
I'm like, yo, what school they went to? They're like, school. They never went to school for nothing.
My dad would be like, I'm like, yo, what's the, like, man, they saying they're a nurse. That lady's a CNA, bro.
Yeah.
She's lying.
Or they be like, oh, they're a doctor. And you be like, yo, what school they went to? They're like, they don't got a license. They're a doctor from a different country. They can't be a doctor from yeah, it'd be stuff like that. And you'd be like, yo, and then they be moving. You like, yo, how much cribs this person had? They're like, this person live in the basement somewhere. And I'm like, oh.
But I think that's the insecurities just getting the best, so they just do their thing. Like, they trying to make themselves seem important because they know deep down.
But at the same time, they telling you to be humble.
True. That's true.
And they looking for your flaws to put on Front Street.
That's true.
Like, I remember these people used to beef with us, but they lived in the projects, and they real talk, bro.
No, that's actually, if you live in the P's, bro,
they used to beef with us, and they live in the projects, and it's like, yo, bro, why you trying to fight us? Fight poverty, bro.
You got a lot more problems if you in the project eating government cheese and shit, bro.
So I didn't understand it, like, but they would always beef with us, and then they would think that they was better than us, and I would be like, why y'all think y'all better than us? Like, oh, we more spiritual, we closer to God. I'm like, how would you know that? Like, only God would know that.
True.
So to me, it's like you're banking on that, but at the same time, you're trying to push other people down. Like, just focus on what you're doing. Focus on you. Do positive things. Like, worry about you and your family. Like that's one thing I learned from my father. He was like, yo, take care of your family. Worry about your own Like, don't listen to critics. A lot of people, they just talking.
That's what my pastor used to say. People just talk this to talk. They don't even know. He used to always tell me, people don't even know what they say half the time. They just they just see things and just like, oh, let me just talk on it just cause.
Yeah, he used to like, look at their works, look at what they're doing. Most of them is not doing nothing. They just talking.
Facts.
They just talking. And he'd be like, yo, like, and he used to always say that. He was like, yo, like, they just BSing, but they gassing each other. It's like a bunch of.
That's the part that gets me tight. It's like y'all know what y'all. It's like y'all all trying to follow each other in a way. Y'all know y'all not doing nothing, but y'all all band together in a way so y'all can start bullying the next person, and it's weird. I hate the church cliques. There's church cliques that are like that. They all band together. They all come together to just come at a certain person in a way.
It happens. It's like when you walk into a thing. It's like when you walk into a room, right? Everybody have, like, you know those dusty bubble black coats that like it looks like a black jacket, but it has no designs on it. A lot of people have those. And they got them all black sneakers. Like, what type of sneakers are those? And they got them blue fade out jeans. That look like the fit that most dudes around my age wear when they outside their suits. I'm lying, bro. That's the fit that they wear. Bro.
I mean, not everyone gonna pop out with a Monclesi and a goose, bro. Like, some people be like, "Oh, it's a coat just gonna keep you warm."
That's not what I'm talking about, bro.
But I'm saying, but some people will be like, "Oh, clothes is clothes." Like,
bro, every year the Real Word Ministries gave away 300 to 400 coats a year. That's not what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about the fit that these dudes wear. So when a dude with flavor walk in the room, they like, this dude trying to show off. What this dude think he is? What this dude think he is? It's like, yo, like, everyone I know dressed like this. This is just us, you feel me? But this is y'all. Like, if I come in this arena, I'm still gonna be me. And y'all can still be y'all. I have no problems with y'all being y'all, but y'all have to accept me for being me, because I'm accepting y'all for being y'all. And I think that's where the biggest disconnect is. It's almost like they want you to fold into the mold. And it's like, I can't fold into the mold because being a standout is what made me who I am as a leader. Because if I wasn't different, I'd just be following everybody else. I would be just like everybody else, but now I'm standing out.
And being different always carries you a long way, bro. Being different carries you a long way. It's not even funny. Like, I was watching that Master P documentary. I know not to be off topic, but when he was just talking, you know Master P.
Yeah, I know P. Miller.
Yeah, I was saying, but like, I mentioned him, yo, New York dudes be like, Master P, all the country, but like.
Come on, everybody knows Master P.
But
everybody knows Master P and Lil Romeo, bro.
Yeah, we was watching, I know Lil Romeo because I grew up with the show, like him having the Nickelodeon show and stuff. Yeah. And the daughter had a show too. And he was just like, yo, people will look at me crazy for selling tapes out of my car, but that was just the hustle. Like, they would look, I had the high up socks, people would look at me that I got the country, Louisiana accent, and I'm talking about stuff that's going on in New Orleans, you know, mind you, just the 90s, everyone's just, you know, East and West Coast, no one's trying to hear about Southern rap, but I'm trying to push that, and he's like, people was looking at me like I'm crazy, but who would have known that would have made me hundreds of millions of dollars later on. And I would say, and he was like, yo, being different really does carry you a long way.
Just like the soup, like he was the first one with the soup. And the rap snacks.
Yo, he was the first one with the sneakers and all this stuff. Like,
yeah,
yo,
the rap snacks. The
bro
cereal,
he wasn't the first one to start acting, but he was the first one to start putting out his own movies and stuff like that. Like, bro, I Got a Hookup. That's a classic movie. That's up there with Friday. Like, that's a classic hood movie people know about. Like, if you're confident in yourself and you know what you can do, that means a lot. And that was one of the first things I think you told me. You was like, always try to find something fresh, find something different, so people can be like, wow, like, this is something new. Because if you try to do everything, it's gonna get boring.
Yeah, and I think the way I dress, I feel like is one of my expressions of who I am. And I think now, because bro, I don't think dudes in the SD was getting flea before, bro. I think now dudes is getting flea, bro. And I stay saying that because back in the days, dudes used to dress like Steve Harvey with the big baggy suits, bro. Back in the days, bro, big baggy suits. If you look at the old heads, they still wear their big baggy suits.
Yeah.
The old heads, the big baggy suits that cover their whole.
Now everyone wants to wear slim fit, and you know now I see
slim fit,
they want to get their suit tailored.
Yeah, bro.
I'm a double breast.
Everybody want to get their suit tailored, bro.
Everyone wants to get their suit tailored now.
My pops Ben put me on tailored suits, and I was telling people, because people was like, oh, bro, how your suits always fit custom? I'm like, yeah, I go to the tailor. Like, you go to the tailor. I'm like, yeah, bro. When you spend $200, $300, $400 on a suit, you drop an additional $60 to $80 to $100 on the tailor. You get the bottom tapered up, you get the back closed in.
I just get most of the time
fit.
with my pants because it's like my pants be too long.
Yeah. And once you got one suit that fits good, you just bring that suit into the tailor until
they know, bro, they know. Like,
yeah, like yo, make
I love getting my suits tailored, bro.
So it's like, you know,
I love taking it to the dry cleaning. People,
yeah,
you know
that's regular. But that's a luxury at the same time.
True.
I remember when I was younger, my parents could only afford to send our clothes to dry cleaner twice a year. Once was to drop in, the second time was a pick up.
Yeah, you really went through it though. That struggle. Yeah. Once was to drop in, because I remember my parents it would be like a big load.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't see it for a minute.
Yeah,
you wouldn't see it for a minute. You wouldn't see it for a minute until like a random Friday night.
Yeah.
You see it all in the plastic. You see it all in the plastic. You're like, oh shoot, that's where all my suits is. Now, I mean, as I started working, I take my suits to the cleaners regularly.
Yeah,
like, bro.
And for me, sending my clothes to cleaners on the regular, I made a corporate connection with Clean World where they donated over 800 pieces of clothes. All the clothes that, like we said, the people drop off and never pick up, they donated them all to the Real Word. And we had an open closet one day. Like we had a free clothes giveaway where we had a mobile closet. We gave away close to over 400 people, bro. So, you know, every connection counts and every point counts. You understand?
And that's why I always urge people to always be respectful, bro. Like, you don't know who you're gonna meet that can end up helping you in the long run, bro.
Facts. And it could be the most simplest thing.
Like a simple comment, just you taking it close to the dry cleaners, bro.
No, facts. Like when I first met you, you was like, yo, bro, like you should bring back the Real Word. I think it'll be good. And I'm like, I don't know about that, bro. I done moved on. And you was like, nah, bro, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back, bro.
And I was like, all right, whatever. And then Sanders came back on board, you know, and then we just have been moving ahead with that. So it's been good.
And we've been consistent, bro. We're on 5 episodes. Like, we've been trying to get this out on a weekly basis, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna start inviting back guests and building it back up, man. I just, to be honest, I've been lazy. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm trying to find people, but people be fronting like they busy. Like, oh no, Sunday or Friday. Oh, it's too busy for me. I'm doing something that day.
You can ask them any day of the week. You know, we got the building 24 hours. You can pull up anytime. But I'm gonna start working back on getting guests again because, you know, like I said, I've been lazy with it. I gotta catch up on the edits. Shout out to our editor. He has a couple shows. I just gotta pay him.
Yeah, we're looking for an editor, and we can also.
No. I got one.
Oh, you have one? Oh.
Yeah, the old one that used to do the work. Like he already started.
How much you? Cause I know you told me you split.
Yeah.
Split it.
Yeah, we talked the business off. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think he did the first 3 episodes already. I just gotta look them over. Other than that, you know, we just keeping the ball rolling, you know. So what's closing thoughts for you? You have anything you want to leave the people before we close out?
Continue to stay tuned. You know, this is something that this is our legacy. Like, this is our purpose too, as well. You know, This is what we're leaving this as. You know, it's a digital footprint. We're leaving this as a handbook to the next generation, the generation after that. You know, how to work in the ministry, how to work in the Christian community, and work in in the outside world. You know, how to deal with it, especially as a young person, where we're always dealing with temptation like on the regular.
Yeah.
Like, we lack at this age I am. I lack so much discipline. It's not even funny. Like temptation is crazy.
Yeah, temptation. Yeah, I had a girl that said like temptation is a mother. She used to say that every time.
It's not no joke, bro. The devil is a liar. When they say when them old people be like the devil's a liar, the devil really, he'll set you up, bro. That's your enemy. The enemy's a liar, bro. But like I always say, God sits on high, He looks down below, and He loves and cares for you, and that's forever and ever. His mercy endures forever. So He's always going to take care of you. You just gotta make sure you do your part.
You had said something. Oh yeah, a digital footprint. Because the other day I was talking to one of my boys. His brother drowned not too long ago.
Was that your friend?
Yeah. Okay. I was talking to his brother. His brother was like. Now I remember when he died, I sent all his family members, like his baby mother, his cousins, his brother. I sent them all a copy of the episode me and him did together because we did an episode of The Real Word. And he spoke about sobriety. He was talking about how he went to rehab and he was overcoming alcohol addiction, and he was talking about how he had to create an alter ego. Because you know how we all have our birth names when we got tag names at the same time? Right, Sid Moolah?
Rich Star. You got a Rich Star.
Oh man, I didn't name myself though, like somebody gave me that name. But yeah, he was like how he had to create the persona of Venom, but that was who he was, and he was able to be vulnerable within the episode, and we was able to have that clear and precise conversation. And after he passed, a lot of people that didn't know how he felt initially, they was able to watch the episode and see how he felt. So, you know, just having that digital imprint with him and being able and being fortunate to have that, I feel like that was a big blessing in itself as well. So, you know, all the people that touched the show, you know, in all these years, I think I had almost everybody on the show, you know, but we bringing the feeling back, we're restoring back that feeling, but more or less we need your support and we need your help to do that, you know. We gotta bring back that feeling. All the people that was saying, yo man, bring back the show, when the show coming back on, yeah, it's up to y'all now to pull up, you know. I'm gonna reach out and we're gonna keep the motions going, and if that's it. Shout out to Caleb, if that's it, podcast, man. Shout out to you, buddy. You know, I gotta give a shout out to him.
This guy. I was making fun of him too, but
shout out to Franklin. Oh man. Let's close out with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, that goes in heaven, thank you for this moment in time. Thank you for the ability to come together as one, and we ask that you continue to bless our efforts and our works, but also make a divine intervention in our lives so that we can be the light amongst the darkness. Continue working in us and through us, Lord, in the name of Yahshua Jesus we pray.
Amen.
Amen. So shout out to all y'all that joined us for the 5th episode of the 10th season. You already know what it is. We have over 1,000 episodes and we're going to keep going.
Peace. Bro, your feet smell, bro.
My feet?
I feel like that, bro. I smell my ass, bro.
I don't think that's my feet, bro. Look.
It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real